want to learn how to manage your own investments? Are you ready to stop paying investment management fees and start building wealth? The DIY Investing Podcast is dedicated to providing you with the knowledge, skills, and resources you need to be a better investor. Learn how to make investments through the use of fundamental analysis, mental models, and business management insights. Now, here's your host, value investing expert, Trey Henninger.
Hello and welcome to episode 28 of the DIY Investing Podcast. My name is Trey Henninger and I'm your host. In today's episode, I will be discussing how to earn cash back online using Mr. Rebates. Mr. Rebates is a tool that I use in my own personal finances to earn bonus cash back on all of my online purchases. Today, I want to share this tool with you as I believe you'll be able to benefit greatly from it. Before I get started, I want to make a short request. If you haven't already done so, please consider giving this podcast a rating and review. Simply hit pause or rate this podcast after you finish this episode. Rate the podcast in your podcast player, whether that's the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Radio Public, etc., any of the above. I would really appreciate it. You can also do so after listening to the show. Your ratings and reviews help me to grow the podcast audience and help me find more people to help. Thank you for your support. So let's dive right on in. The topic of today's podcast is how to earn cash back online using Mr. Rebates. And the shortcut that I want you to remember is that you can access this website that I'm going to talk about today through a simple link at diyinvesting.org/cashback. That's diyinvesting.org/cashback. You'll also find a link to Mr. Rebates in the show notes, and that will show you how to do it there. Now, what is Mr. Rebates? Mr. Rebates is a website that has agreements with online retailers such that if you use their website to make purchases, they will give you cash back on your purchase. And this is cash back that you will then be able to receive with a check in the mail. And I just received a check in the mail this past week, which is what prompted me to consider doing this podcast. I've been trying them out over the past year, and I wanted to see both how it worked in terms of, am I actually going to receive cash back on my purchases? Are the cash back numbers going to match what I expected them to do? Is this website trustworthy? Is it a scam? And I've been using them for about a year now, and it definitely works. I received my cash in the mail. There are some drawbacks, but there's also some benefits. And so I'm going to talk about both the drawbacks and the benefits and why I think you should consider joining Mr. Rebates and using it to get extra cash back, bonus cash back on purchases that you make online. Because what we're doing here on this show is finding ways to build wealth, finding ways to become better investors and have better personal finances. And part of that involves being smart and frugal with your money and finding ways to save money where you can. And I believe that this podcast episode is going to help you have another tool in your toolbox and save money with the purchases that you want to make anyway. And so that's really what Mr. Rebates is going to allow you to do. It's going to allow you to get extra money and basically reduce the cost of the spending that you're already doing. So how does it work? Basically, if you sign up for Mr. Rebates, and you can do so in that link, diyinvesting.org/cashback, or click the link in the show notes. When you sign up, you'll be able to have access to their website. And in their website, they have private links and coupons to many of the retailers that you know and love, whether that be Amazon.com. You can get the cash back on Amazon. You can do it at clothing retailers. You can do it at sports retailers. You can do it for all sorts of shopping. Furniture. You can do it for appliances. You can do it for AT&T. You can do it for all these different things. And they have lists of thousands of stores available on their website. And simply all you have to do in order to make it to work is when you want to make a purchase, once you've figured out what you want, you log into your Mr. Rebates account, you click a link that says takes you to Amazon, and then it goes to Amazon. You then you find what you want on Amazon, you purchase it, and then you will receive cash back within 30 days to your Mr. Rebates account based upon a percentage of that purchase. Now, every store has a different cash back percentage. Some are low, they're like a 1% cash back. Some are higher. They could be 5%, 10%, 20%, or 30% cash back. And so the cash back percentage is going to change based upon the store. Generally, the more often you buy from that type of store, something like an Amazon, the lower the cashback might be, but that's also not true. So, I mean, right now, I'm seeing that Amazon is offering up to 8% cash back if you buy from them through the website. And so this is really useful. There's a certain list of categories that you're allowed to buy on. It's not everything that Amazon offers, but it's a lot. So, I mean, the idea of getting 8% cash back on something you buy off Amazon, and if you're anything like me, you buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, that's very valuable. That can add up over time, especially depending upon how much money you spend in a year on online shopping. You know, if you were to spend something like, let's throw out a big number, something like $1,000 on Amazon in a year, well, maybe that's $80 that you can get cash back, and that's $80 you can spend on new things. And that's just one example. And so you have these cashback numbers. I think a lot of them generally range between 3 and 5% is a pretty good standard. But it's a very simple system. All you do is you sign up for your account, and then once you're in your account, you just click a link, take it to that website, and then you'll earn cash back when you make a purchase at that time. So the key thing is always that you're making that click over to the website just before you make your purchase, and that's what allows the process to work. And so what is it really doing? If you're thinking about this, right, you're probably going to have certain thoughts that I did. How is this working? Why am I able to receive this cash back? Is this a scam? What's going on in the background? And so I want you to understand what is the background that's going on so that you know that this is a reasonable process. This is something that takes place every day. There's lots of people that are gaining benefits from this, but it's important to understand what's going on. So many websites, Amazon included, but many websites and many companies have what are called affiliate programs. And affiliate programs are where they offer people who send them new customers or people who send them sales. They offer affiliates, and which are basically the people that work with them to send them sales. They offer affiliates a percentage of their purchase as basically a commission for sending them a customer. So I like to use Amazon in this example because Amazon's a very well-known company. But Amazon has affiliates that you can sign up to be an affiliate of Amazon, and Mr. Rebates has done this. And what they've done is they've signed up to be an affiliate of Amazon, which means when they send Amazon customers and those customers make purchases from Amazon, then Amazon pays Mr. Rebates a commission. And then what Mr. Rebates has decided to do is they're going to pay a significant portion of that commission back to you. And what they're doing is they're saying, okay, they're going to keep a part of it for themselves. I don't know the exact percentage that Mr. Rebates keeps, but it's maybe 10% or 20% of their commission. And they'll give you 80 to 90% of the commission. These numbers are for illustration only. I don't know the inner workings of what those rates are. But what I do know is Amazon, if you're purchasing something from Amazon and using Mr. Rebates to do it, then what's going to happen is a multi-step process. So first step is you purchase something from Amazon using your Mr. Rebates link. The second step is that Amazon will then credit Mr. Rebates with that sale and send Mr. Rebates a commission. And that commission will then be the third step then is Mr. Rebates will say, that sale came from customer X or customer Trey. So if I'm the one that purchased it from Mr. Rebates, then Mr. Rebates will say, Trey made the purchase on Amazon. And so we are going to pay Trey for giving us a that 80% of that commission or 90% of that commission, and then I will receive that commission as cash back on my purchase. And so you have this 3-step process again. So first, you make your purchase on Amazon using your Mr. Rebates link. Second, Amazon pays Mr. Rebates a commission. And then third, Mr. Rebates take a small cut, but then sends most of that commission onto you and treats it as cash back. So that's how this whole system works, and it really benefits everyone. It's like a win-win-win situation. So Amazon is getting additional sales that they may or may not have otherwise gotten because Mr. Rebates can offer you coupons, they can offer you discounts potentially, and they can offer you cash back. So it makes it a cheaper purchase for you. It makes Amazon get a sale, so Amazon earns money, and Mr. Rebates gets a commission, part of that money. So then all three people are better off. You have more money, Amazon has more money, and Mr. Rebates has more money. So this is a system that's win-win-win for everybody, which is very beneficial when you're thinking about why this system works and why it exists. Because the first question I've got when I've talked to people about it in person is they're like, how is this real? How does this exist that you can just go onto a website, click a link, and then you get a discount basically on your purchase that you receive in terms of cash back? And it's because this win-win structure has been created where all parties are getting a benefit. They're all being able to get additional sales if you're the merchant like Amazon or Gap or something like that. And if you are the Mr. Rebates, you get a small slice of the commission. And if you're the customer, you get a large slice of that commission based as cash back. So let's now that you understand basically how this process works, let's go into a discussion of the benefits versus the drawbacks. First, with some of the benefits. So the primary benefit is that what Mr. Rebates allows you to do is you can earn bonus cash back on top of any cash back you might receive from, let's say, the credit card that you're using to make the purchase. So an example, my most recent purchase that I made on Mr. Rebates, I received 2% cash back from my credit card because my credit card always offers me 2% cash back. And I received an additional 5% cash back from Mr. Rebates because I used my Mr. Rebates account to make the purchase, which means that my account had a total 7% cash back on this purchase. Now, of course, I spent well over $100 on this purchase, which means I'm earning over $7 in cash back I'm earning about $7 in cash back per $100 that I spent on that purchase. Now, that's incredibly valuable. I mean, on any one thing, it's not going to make a difference. But when you add that up and you combine the fact that everyone listening to this show is interested in investing and we are investors, $7 can compound over time, whether that's $7, $14, $21. Like I said, I'm not disclosing the amount of that purchase, but I will disclose that my most recent purchase, of course, resulted in 7% cash back, which is, again, 7% that I can now use to invest, that I can now use to put into future compounding. And that's just going to grow over time. So again, I also mentioned that, another benefit is that they'll send you checks and it's really easy to cash the check. Of course, I use mobile deposits most of the time for my checks. I just sign the back and it's deposited in my bank account within 24 hours. So again, the primary benefit, of course, you're getting cash back. This is cash back that you wouldn't have received otherwise. And the key thing here, membership is free. There's no strings attached. You can sign up for your free membership using the link in the show notes or by going to a website and typing in DIYinvesting.org/cashback. And when you make your first purchase in the account, if you use these links and you sign up, you'll receive a $5 bonus added to your account when you make your first purchase. So in addition to the first purchase cashback percentage that you would get, you're also going to receive a bonus $5 when you make that first purchase. So some of the drawbacks, and this is really some of my review after having used Mr. Rebates for the last year, is it doesn't work on every website, is I think the first drawback. So not every store online has an agreement with Mr. Rebates. So it is limited to the stores that Mr. Rebates has, but I will say there's some very good stores available. You can just type in whatever you're looking at and they have agreements available. So a lot of the very nice stores are in there. So I'd mentioned Gap before, but they also have nice clothing stores like Brooks Brothers. They have all sorts of stuff in here. Of course, Amazon is where I make many purchases. And so Amazon is one of the options in here, and you can gain your cash back, whether that be on school supplies, home services, luggage, jewelry, home decor and furniture, clothing, apparel, beauty and grooming, or Amazon devices. Like right now at this, moment, now these cashback percentages change over time, but like as of the recording of this podcast, you could receive 6% bonus cashback when you purchase Amazon Echo Look, Fire tablets, Fire TV, or Kindle. So that's just some of the examples of the things you can get off Amazon, and extra cash back for stuff you're going to purchase anyway. They also will show coupon codes for the website. So if there are coupons available, then Mr. Rebates will have a lot of those coupons available to show you in their store listing right before you click the link. But again, the first drawback, of course, is that it doesn't work on every website, but it does work on a lot of websites. The second drawback that I want to highlight is I've not had a 100% success rate in actually receiving the cash back. I'd say my success rate has been about 90%. The other 10% of the time is usually due to my ad blocker preventing the tracking link from working. Very early on when I started using Mr. Rebates, I noticed that my ad blocker was activating when I'd click these links. And the way, again, this is an affiliate relationship between the store and Mr. Rebates. And so the only way that Mr. Rebates can offer you the cash back is if they receive a commission from the store. And the way the store knows to give Mr. Rebates the commission is they have to associate that sale with Mr. Rebates sending them the sale. And that means that they have to have a tracking link in the link that sends you to their website. Well, my ad blocker sometimes blocks tracking links, and so I've had to make sure to adjust my ad blocker since the beginning to make sure that it's not going to activate on the website I'm going to, and it's not going to activate on Mr. Rebates itself. So basically, I'm whitelisting those websites where I want to gain that commission. So if you are using an ad blocker, be aware of that. That could prevent you from getting cash back. Now, they do have a manual adjustment program that you can do where if you believe that you should have received cash back for something and you didn't, you can type in the details for your sale, send the information to Mr. Rebates, and if they can get that information over to the affiliate, they might be able to still get you your cash back. That did work for me on a few occasions where my ad blocker was still blocking it, and once I've set up my ad blocker, I'm having close to 100% success rate in receiving my cash back. But just to be aware, there will be some hiccups potentially, especially if you use ad blocker when you're surfing the web. And the third piece that I want to highlight in terms of drawback is that you only earn cash back on the pre-tax, pre-shipping price of what you're paying. So this would be the subtotal when you're purchasing something. If you're purchasing, let's say, a $150 item and shipping is $10 and tax is $12, then your total might be $172. That's the 10 plus 12 plus 150, it's 172. But you're only going to receive cash back on the $150, which is the subtotal, before tax, before shipping. This was not clear to me at the beginning, so I was a little confused when I started, and so I wanted to clarify that it's going to work differently than the cash back that you might receive on your credit card. So I received 2% cash back from my credit card on all my purchases, and that cash back is on the final total of my purchases. So that's after shipping and after tax. But the cash back you'll receive from Mr. Rebates is based upon your subtotal, which is that pre-tax, pre-shipping price. Just something to be aware of. I don't think it's a problem. It certainly makes sense when you think about how this system works, that Mr. Rebates is getting basically affiliate commissions, and then they're passing those commissions on to you when taking a small cut. So the retailer is only going to care about the money that they actually earn. Their retailer doesn't get any benefit from the shipping cost or from the taxes. They get benefit from the subtotal price. So that's why that works, but it is a drawback. And so again, those three drawbacks, it doesn't work on every website. does work on thousands of them, though. So the websites you use are probably included. Second is that I haven't had a 100% success rate in receiving cash back, but I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't a very high percent. So it's been well over 90% for me. So I think it's been quite useful. And third, you're only going to earn cash back on that pre-tax, pre-shipping price. So again, you can sign up for Mr. Rebates using my link at DIYinvesting.org/cashback, or click the link in the show notes if you're interested. Which brings me to what's in it for me. This might be a question that's come to your mind while listening. And so, just a full disclosure that if you do sign up, and when you sign up, you're going to have a form when you're joining and creating your account that's going to have basically a little box that said, did someone refer you to Mr. Rebates, with a refer email? And it's optional. So it means that if you want to, you can type in my email of TREY, that's Trey, at DIYinvesting.org, and into that little box that says refer email. And if you do, then I would receive commissions when you use the service. So I won't receive any commission for you signing up. I only receive a commission when you earn cash back. So this is because that, just like Mr. Rebates is providing you cash back because it's signed up as affiliates of retailers. Well, I signed up as an affiliate of Mr. Rebates, and because of that, I will receive a commission when I bring them new customers that use the service. But again, you have the option to add me to that email if you want. You can exclude it if you want. It's up to you whether you believe that it is helpful for me to have shared this information with you. But what I want to mention is that listing me as having referred you will not affect the cash back you receive in any way. So you're not going to earn any more or less cash back because I referred you. So I'm not taking a cut of your cash back. You're not getting bonuses because someone referred you. So it's not going to affect you anyway. You can leave my referral email off, or you can add it, Trey at DIYinvesting.org, if you want to. It's up to you. But another key thing is, because of that, our interests are aligned. So my goal in this show is to help you build wealth and to help you save money. And in this case, I only receive a commission if you actually save money. So the commission for me only occurs if you use the service. So when you receive cash back, then I have a chance to receive cash back. But if you don't ever receive cash back, if you don't ever use it, if you just sign up, I get nothing. So I'm not trying to have you sign up for a service that I think is not going to work for you, because I will not receive anything for you signing up. But you do receive something for signing up. Again, if you do sign up, then you're going to receive $5 in bonus cash back when you use it for the first time and receive cash back. So the easiest way is to just click my affiliate link in the show notes of the podcast, or you can also go to DIYinvesting.org/cashback, and that's going to forward you to the Mr. Rebates website with my affiliate information and tagged as well. So again, if you want to, pay me back a little bit and say, hey, thank you for telling me about this great service, then you can add me as a referral when you sign up with TREY at DIYinvesting.org as the referral email in the box when it asks you that. Otherwise, don't. And I hope that this show has been beneficial to you. I have been using Mr. Rebates for a little over a year now, and I found it very helpful. I am earning cash back on purchases that I would make anyway. I'm saving money, and I'm now able to use that money to invest even more. And this is especially helpful if you're like me and you make a vast majority of your retail purchases online. And when you do that, especially through a website like Amazon that you're going to do on a regular basis, this can be very helpful because it will allow you to gain basically additional benefits and spend less money overall. So, the full show notes for this episode, including my outline for today's podcast, are available at DIYinvesting.org/episode 28. And just a reminder that this is a listener-supported podcast. If you've gained value from today's content, please consider supporting the show financially as a patron. You can become a patron at DIYinvesting.org/patron. Your financial support is what allows me to continue creating this investment content without any advertisements. Also, of course, if you gain value from today's content, please consider, naming me as your referral when you sign up for Mr. Rebates at DIYinvesting.org/cashback, or you use the link in the podcast notes below. Thank you for listening, and until next time, stop paying fees, start building wealth.
Thank you for listening to the DIY Investing Podcast. Please visit our website and subscribe to our email list at DIYinvesting.org for guides, videos, and resources to help make you a better investor.
The DIY Investing Podcast is presented for general informational and entertainment purposes only. I have not considered your specific situation or risk profile, and I have not provided investment advice. The information presented on the DIY Investing Podcast should not be construed as investment advice. The views and opinions expressed on the DIY Investing Podcast are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of the show's host or sponsors. DIY Investing, its producers, sponsors, and host, Trey Henniger, shall not be liable for losses resulting from investment decisions based upon information or viewpoints presented on the DIY Investing Podcast.